Hello again, this is my garden railway. I thought I'd do a short video of it to explain when it was built and where it came from and how I went about building it. I built it about 8 years ago when I moved into this house. As usual, just a bit of fun. I couldn't afford the proper garden railway kind of materials, so I've had to improvise quite a bit to accomplish it. So I'll just take you through some bits and bobs from it. So this is the only locomotive that has run on this railway. It is a four-wheeled little shunter styled thing. The bottom part of it is made with very heavy plate. I think it's 12mm by the looks of it from here. The top half is made out of wood. I can't remember where the wood came from, but it was surplus to requirements. As you can see, it's got suspension as well. This helps to keep all four wheels on the ground to provide maximum traction. It's four-wheel drive. It's driven by a small 24-volt motor. But it's chain drive. So there's the motor goes to an idle shaft, and then that shaft drives to one of the axles, and they're joined together by chains. So it's got coupling point front and back, so it can be used either way. It did have two functioning lights on the front, but they've ceased to work and I haven't repaired them since. So I look in here. So that's where two batteries are connected together. Note there's a fuse there as well in case I have a electrical short, so I don't end up with a fire. All the gubbins are in here. I'll just pull the controller out a minute. So I made a little controller. So it's forward, backwards. That was the lights when it was working, and a little potentiometer for the speed. There you go. I made this. So it's a bogied wagon. Carried 2 or 3 people. Carry quite a lot. So carry probably 2 adults and 2 children sat in the middle. It's a bit of a problem on this line actually because it's not particularly even track. Because the length of it is quite long. I find that some of the flanges can lift off the railway sometimes and derail it. I've tried to make the length of the base as flexible as possible to accommodate this, but it is still a slight problem when there's not much weight on board. So the railway track is not proper railway. It is in fact hot formed 20 by 10 millimeters black steel. Originally I had wooden sleepers, but they have all since rotten away, and I've replaced it with bits of scrap iron that I've had kicking around. So I've gone along and I've welded all the track together. So this is a fully welded track. So I bent the track using this device. This is my 3rd attempt at building one. The other 2 didn't work. If anybody's contemplating building a device to bend the track, one point to make is the rollers need to be made of tough material. These are actually casings of bearings, and also the bearings need to be perpendicular to each other. Else you end up with a screw-roof track. Ideally, if you create some adjustment for the twist of one roller against others, then you can actually tune it so you end up with a straight bend that doesn't corkscrew, if that makes some sense. So this is obviously the cranking handle. This bolts to this will bolt onto a table. I use a little workmate, and you can roll the track to create a nice radius. This is a very sad looking remnants of my old passenger carrying double bogie wagon. I was thinking about shortening this to make a four-wheel wagon out of it instead, but I'll do it at some point. But I've got a lot of other projects on the go at the moment. Right, so there you go. That's my garden railway. Some future stuff I'd like to do. I'd like to build another locomotive. Originally that was going to be steam powered, but now I think I want to make a stirling engine powered locomotive. So watch this space. But that probably won't happen for a little while yet. So there we go. Right, see you again.